And I thank the Almighty God who has given me the opportunity to stand before you, and also the pastor and the newly elected members. Special congratulations and more responsibility for you, and you've always been part of the church. Now there will be more responsibility, and I pray that God uses you in a mighty way in the coming days. And thank you for your prayers, and we are all doing good. And 21st को हम उपसाला को शिफ्ट कर रहे हैं. Thank you for all your prayers. Prayers has been doing wonderful things in our lives, and I definitely miss your fellowship every Sunday, but I want to be part of your fellowship every month sometime, if God is giving us the opportunity. Today, my dear friends, as you are meditating upon God's Word, already the text and the theme has been given to us. Safeguard your conscience. I don't know the exact word for conscience in Urdu. Any help? Zamir, yeah, okay. So we have conscience, right? Let the first slide come now. Bible is full of heroes. Ordinary became extraordinary. And today we are going to look upon one of the famous heroes. Already the text has been read to us, Samuel 24, 1 Samuel chapter 24, 1 to 10 verses. You know the life of David. दाऊद के बारे में हम सब लोग जानते हैं, और वो बच्चा था. He was being anointed to be a king by the prophet Samuel, and immediately he became king. It took almost 17 to 18 years to become a king, but he was already anointed, God's appointed one. Already Saul was there. Saul was the king of the Israelites, the first king of the Israelites. So before taking kingship, David's life has been varied, maybe. Many things happened in the life of David. Today we are going to look at a particular point of David's life, where we see in chapter 24 of 1 Samuel, 24 to 1 to 10 verses says, Saul was very jealous about David. You all know the history very well. Saul was jealous because David is getting more fame, and he was after David to kill him. He was in a big search team. In the second verse, we see that Saul took 3,000 men to find out where David was. 3,000 men, a single person. How jealous he was to kill David. Big search team has been there, you can see there. And it happened in the desert of Agadi, in Telugu we say, but here in Urdu or Hindi I don't know the name of the place. Third verse says, he came to the sheep pens along the way, a cave where there, and Saul went in to relieve himself. He wanted to take some rest in the cave. David and his men were far back in the cave. The men said, the men who were with David, this is the day the Lord spoke of, when he said to you, I will give your enemy into your hands, for you to deal with as you wish. Then David crept, I'm not able to read from there, crept up unnoticed and cut off a corner of Saul's robe. Here we'll stop. There is a big search, as I told you, 3,000 men are looking for David, in search of David, to kill him, definitely. In 23rd chapter we'll see, David was in a hurry to escape himself. David was in a hurry to save his life. And here he got an opportunity to kill Saul. And when men over there are suggesting David that it is God's will to kill Saul, this is the right time, appointed time, the enemy is in your hands now. Do as you wish. And Saul, unnoticed, and cut off a corner of Saul's robe. Just he has cut a rope, a piece of his cloth. Now comes the 5th verse. It's very important. Urdu में भी हम copy paste किए थे, Google में से लेके, so that you can also read. Afterwards, David was conscience stricken. That's what the English version, one of the English version Bible says. David was conscience stricken. His conscience troubled him. Not because he has killed him, not because he has done something wrong to him, just because he has cut a small piece of his robe. David was conscience stricken for having cut off a corner of his robe. What was the, can someone read in Urdu also there, 5th verse?
और इसके बाद ऐसा हुआ कि दाऊद का दिल बेचैन हुआ.
बेचैन हुआ. He was not at peace. He was struggling inside. Just because he has cut a small piece from Saul's robe. And the way we can see the 6th verse, he said to his men, the Lord forbid that I should not do such a thing to my master. The Lord anointed or lay my hand on him, for he is the anointed of the Lord. With these words, David sharply rebuked his men. He not even stopped himself to kill David. He rebuked his people also not to touch Saul. What a perfect conscience he had. My dear church, today, as we are looking upon this particular point of David's life, there is always a chance, it's the right time for David to kill Saul. No wrong was, because if he doesn't kill him, Saul will kill him back. Nothing wrong, 100% he has to do that, but his conscience was stricken at the time. My question to you, when we do something, question for all of us, when we do something wrong, does our conscience say that it is wrong? Somewhere is trouble within us. This is the question. Is there a consciousness that is bothering us? Who will have the spirit of conscience? When a person becomes a Christian, his conscience is sensitized by the Holy Spirit. Ruah के बारे में हम गाए थे अभी तक. When the person becomes a Christian, the second moment, Holy Spirit will be sensitizing our conscience every time. Something, if it doesn't happen in our lives, we are in a danger. Something drastic thing is happening within our lives, without knowingly or unknowingly. For a believer, a conscious awareness should be there all the time. He not only stopped himself, David stopped his men also not to touch Saul. And can we say this? Like in Timothy, in Acts chapter 23, Paul's experience also throughout his journey of his life, proclaiming the gospel, and looking intently at the council, Paul said, brothers, I have lived my life before God in all good conscience up to this day. That was Paul's experience. Throughout his life journey, he was traveling around, meeting the people. Many were trying to persecute him, many were trying to kill him. But he is saying out of strong confidence that he has lived his life before God with good conscience until that day. And Acts chapter 24:16 also says, so I always exercise myself to have clear conscience towards both God and man. Here, one more addition. Not only before God, Before men also, I tried myself, I exercised myself that my conscience should be very clear in what I do, what I speak, and what I think. What a perfect guy this Paul was, blameless conscience. His conscience was very alert, very sensitized all the time whenever he does some work. Do you know that what this conscience was all about? It acts like a referee also. See, in 2 Timothy 1:3, even the Paul's experience, I'm grateful to God whom I worship with a pure conscience, as my ancestors did, when I remember you constantly in my prayers, night and day. Paul was very genuine in his spirit. He was praying for the people. He was worshipping God with pure conscience. What a perfect personality he is. And you can see this conscience acts as a referee. We all see WWF, बच्चे नहीं है तो boxing के बारे में सोचेंगे. When two persons are fighting each other, if a person hits on the wrong place or wrong way, the referee will stop immediately. And he will suggest something. He will give some kind of instructions to play in a right way. So conscience always acts as a referee in our spiritual life. And even David also says, like in chapter 32 of Psalm, he says, "Blessed is the man against whom the Lord counts no iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no deceit." In a believer's life, our referee is our conscience. Conscience always warns us. A warning comes out of our conscience. Example, David was very sensitive. He has cut a small piece of Saul's robe and he was troubled inside himself. And here you see the chapter 32, verse 3, when I kept silent, my bones waxed old through my roaring all the day long. For day and night the hand was heavy upon me. He could not able to sleep, it seems. When